But we just have to understand that when a transformational figure enters the fray, you got to pause and then isolate and compartmentalize and give them the love that they're due. And in this case, it belongs to Caitlin Clark.
There's only one that can do what Caitlin Clark did. Bring all those eyes. For pure basketball purists, there's nobody like her.
Just when it seemed Caitlin Clark's record-breaking season couldn't get any more remarkable, she's made history once again. Without even stepping on the court, the basketball sensation has accomplished something no other athlete in recent memory has, sweeping every major International Athlete of the Year honor. From Time's Athlete of the Year to the Associated Press Female Athlete of the Year, and most recently, SBJ's Business Athlete of the Year, Clark has solidified her place in sports history. However, not everyone is celebrating. Angel Reese has voiced her disapproval, questioning whether Clark truly deserves the accolades.
So it's been hard for me, but adjusting and just kind of have that mindset of just moving on has been something I try to give myself a little bit of grace.
Caitlin Clark is box office. She is a star. If Angel Reese was older, I would have gotten on her about what she just said. Because I would have been like, how naive can you be? But she is young. She's only 22.
Can you believe the drama unfolding right now? This isn't just about an award anymore. It's turned into a full-blown rivalry that has everyone talking. But here's the twist. Only one side seems to see it that way. The world is tuning in to watch one superstar for her undeniable talent, while the other, let's just say she's a little more focused on TikTok than trophies.
Yeah. What is your stance on that?
So my whole thing was when I got drafted, number 7. So I'm cool. The pressure is not even on me because I'm drafted 7, so the pressure shouldn't be up there. So I'm all right, cool. I can just hoop. I'm all right, cool.
It's because you started killing it.
Well, yeah.
And they're oh,
I'm still a rookie. I'm still figuring it out. Trying to figure things out.
The basketball world is about to be shaken by a story that has it all. Caitlin Clark's unmatched talent, Angel Reese's headline-grabbing antics, and a rivalry that's as fierce as it is entertaining. Clark's recent haul of prestigious awards has the entire sports community buzzing, and for good reason. So let's break it all down. What just happened, why it matters, and what's coming next. Trust us, you won't want to miss this.
Angel Reese is a wonderful player, but she does not compare to what and who Caitlin Clark is when she's on the basketball floor. Plain and simple.
All right, let's get into the heart of it. Caitlin Clark's jaw-dropping season, and exactly why she's sweeping every major award out there. What she accomplished on the court didn't just make waves in the WNBA, it completely rewrote the blueprint for what a breakout season looks like. From record-breaking stats to redefining fan engagement, Clark didn't just arrive. She exploded onto the scene, so you might be asking, how did she pull this off? No worries, we're breaking it all down from her historic performances to her off-court influence. Let's dive in.
Angel Reese spoke to the media. She didn't speak to the media after the game against Caitlin Clark, but a member of the Chicago Sky, the national title winner at LSU, and she talked about where all this attention started with her and Caitlin Clark.
First off, let's talk numbers, because Caitlin Clark didn't just break records. She obliterated them in absolutely spectacular fashion. Remember when I said she did something no other player in WNBA history has ever done? Here's the jaw dropper. She broke 62 records. Yeah, you read that right. Not 1, not 2, 62. That's not just a historic milestone. It's a whole new level of greatness. It's the kind of dominance that doesn't just put you in the conversation. It becomes the conversation.
My expectation is to be one of the best players in the world one day. I wouldn't expect anything less than that.
Here's where things get really exciting. Caitlin Clark's impact went far beyond her personal stats. Sure, She lit up the scoreboard and shattered records. But she also completely transformed the Indiana Fever. Thanks to her game-changing
More history for the Fever rookie.
At this point, continue to be myself, and I think a lot of good will come from that.
What's even more astounding is what Caitlin Clark has accomplished off the court, because her impact there has been nothing short of legendary. Just take a look at the numbers. During her debut season, WNBA apparel sales skyrocketed by an unbelievable 500%. That's not a typo. That's a six-fold explosion in sales. It's like Clark waved a magic wand, and suddenly everyone wanted a piece of the WNBA. But it's not just about jerseys and memorabilia. Clark's presence has revolutionized the league itself. The WNBA is...
This is a phenomenon. Caitlin Clark is a phenomenon.
Even sports economists are taking serious notice, especially Lavielle, a prominent expert, often described as a lightning rod for women's basketball. And she's not wrong. The comparisons being made between Caitlin Clark and Michael Jordan aren't just hype. They're rooted in real impact. Clark's influence has become so monumental that people are crediting her with revolutionizing the popularity of the sport. Ready to crunch?
I'm going to look at this the way I did with Michael Jordan. Now, she's not the Michael Jordan of her sport as far as athleticism, playing, dominating. But A'ja Wilson is the best player in the game. Not even a debate. But I'm talking about value now. Value to a franchise, value to a league, getting your team in the playoffs. They had the number one pick. They were the worst team last year. And there is value that I can attach to that.
So, what does all of this really mean? Simply put, Caitlin Clark isn't just a basketball player. She's a phenomenon. A generational talent who's rewriting the rules, both on and off the court. She's not just racking up points. She's drawing massive crowds, igniting fan bases, and creating an economic boom that cities and franchises can't ignore. Her influence reaches far beyond the stat sheet. From boosting merchandise sales and attendance, to bringing new eyes to the league and reshaping its entire narrative, Clark has become the superstar the WNBA has been waiting for.
I'm talking about value. Michael Jordan was the most valuable player every single year because of what he meant to his team and what he meant to the league. And, oh, by the way, winning 6 titles. Can't argue with that. Caitlin Clark may not win titles. Las Vegas is still a great team. But the fact that she is doing what she's doing and at a very high level, you know, it's now commonplace where she'll go for 26 and 12. I mean, those are great numbers for any player, no matter how long you've been in the league.
Although Caitlin Clark's sweep of awards might seem like an inevitable victory written in the stars, the full story is far more layered. Enter Angel Reese, the other standout rookie who had the basketball world buzzing. From the moment both players stepped into the spotlight, the media crafted their narrative into the ultimate showdown, hyping it up as a rivalry for the ages. Every matchup, every stat line, every glance on the court, it was dissected and debated like a heavyweight title fight. But here's the real question. How close was this competition really? Was it truly a neck-and-neck battle for greatness? Or did the numbers, performances, and off-court impact...
Angel Reese, there's nothing that she does where you go, did you see her? Other than she plays really, really hard, and I liken her game to Moses Malone. Moses Malone was relentless. So it's not that I don't appreciate who she is or how she plays. There is no one like Caitlin Clark in the history of the WNBA.
As the season unfolded, comparisons between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark became unavoidable, with many wondering if this rivalry was truly as close as it seemed. The media loved the idea of a season-long battle between two young stars, fueling the drama and building the narrative of a fierce, all-consuming competition. But as the year progressed, the question lingered, was this rivalry real? Or was it being driven more by hype than by the actual on-court action. The story of two rising stars, seemingly destined for a dramatic showdown, had the perfect setup for a climactic finale. Fans were hooked on the idea of a duel that would define the season. But when you take a step back, it's worth
saying Angel Reese is better than Caitlin Clark is saying Rodman was better than Michael Jordan, or Ben Wallace was better than Kobe, or even Andre Drummond was better than LeBron. And I shouldn't have to point out that Angel Reese is actually a poor defender.
But her attention, her notoriety is based off Caitlin Clark. Because she wins the national title, first thing she does, she mocks Caitlin Clark. And then she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates. So she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark. Then she's played off of that.